Once upon a time, there was a young basketball player who had dreams of becoming one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He worked day and night, every day, for years and years and years and years and years. As time went on, 20 years had passed, and he felt that he had accomplished all that he set out to accomplish. But what he come to realize is that the goal that he set out initially of becoming the greatest of all time was a very fickle one. And what he realized that the most important thing in life is how your career moves and touches those around you and how it carries forward to the next generation. But he realized that's what makes true greatness. The story would be about transformation of a kid looking inwardly to then growing up and understanding the importance and the power is looking outward.
A conversation too about Jordan and LeBron. Who would you take there?
How come Kobe's name is never brought up? I'm just asking.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm just asking.
You know, that's a good point. Because
I think it's kind of disrespectful. I don't compare anybody to Mike, but if I had to answer the question, Kobe is the closest thing to Mike. And is there somebody that's close to Kobe? No.
You believe Kobe is a top 5 player all time? I'm talking about all players currently and
Yeah, and I think a lot of players will tell you that actually played against him, to be honest with you. His mentality and his competitiveness is just, it set him apart. Your peers are the ultimate respect and the ultimate bar for, you know, how they feel about you.
Right.
He went 5-2 in the finals.
Main reason.
What's good, guys? Prince Sports here, coming at you with another one. This is part 2 to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is by far the most disrespected NBA player in history as of right now. You said what I'm talking about. Well, look at it like this. He went from being overrated by the media, they was giving him credit for things he didn't even do yet, to being underrated. See how crazy that changed? Now that Kobe Bryant is underrated, he don't even get mentioned in GOAT talk. He don't get mentioned in top 5 talk anymore. He don't even get mentioned in top 10 talk sometimes. But yet, these are the same people that say Kobe's not in a top 5 or top 10. But you say Kobe's better than Magic Johnson. You say Kobe's better than Larry Bird. You say Kobe's better than Hakeem. You say Kobe's better than Shaq. Half of your top 10 lists are full of guys that you say Kobe Bryant's better than. But you got the nerve to say that he's not even in the top 10 or top 5. Now, part of me thinks that the reason why you say that is because these are LeBron nut huggers. These are guys that don't want LeBron mentioned in the same breath as Kobe. But these guys don't understand. LeBron and Kobe been playing basketball against each other for over a decade. Remember the puppets? Remember who's better, Kobe or LeBron? There was a time both of those guys was the number 1 and 2 best players in the world.
That I feel that Kobe is constantly disrespected in this whole
but that's
GOAT
what I said,
and
Kobe
everything. I'm not saying that y'all did it. I'm just saying period. Yeah. I feel like I literally had to guard him. Prime, 3P, all the way to whatever you want to say. Like, please, bruh.
It's different.
Bruh, you hear me? Like, please, what are y'all talking about?
It's ridiculous.
My top 5 is MJ, Kobe, easy Kobe.
Easy, number 2 ever.
Exactly.
I don't even want to say number 2. It's like they just up here with
man, bro. Like, and they disrespect them constantly. He was.
When they talk about comparing him to Mike, I don't understand how they don't have a debate when it comes to Kobe. Like I don't get it. I mean, what you forgot or something? What they forgot?
Now, I'm going to leave that up to discussion with you who was better during that time. But I would tell you this much. You can't mention LeBron James without mentioning Kobe Bryant. How we just leapfrog Kobe Bryant and just jump to Jordan and Kareem and all these other guys? LeBron didn't even surpass Kobe yet. He don't got 5 chips. So how you gonna surpass a guy that been giving you the business? Because every time I see Kobe Bryant play against LeBron, if you look at their individual matchups, Kobe is dunking on LeBron. He's hitting fadeaway jump shots in LeBron's face. He's hitting pump fakes in LeBron's face. He's hitting reverse layups in LeBron's face. LeBron literally cannot guard Kobe Bryant. He cannot stop Kobe Bryant from scoring. And on the opposite end of that, he can't score on Kobe Bryant as much. Because he's half of the time he's reluctant to even take a shot against Kobe Bryant. He goes into pass mode. That's how scared and shook he was. But I digress. If you can't score on a guy and you can't stop a guy, how are you better than him? I'm going to just let that soak in. Regardless of the MVPs. And let's talk about the MVPs for a second. LeBron got more MVPs than Kobe. Larry Bird got more MVPs than Kobe. Magic Johnson got MVPs. All these guys got individual accolades more than Kobe Bryant. Now, if you're going by analytics, Kobe Bryant don't fit the description at all. He is the exception to the rule, where stats don't matter to this guy. This guy makes individual accomplishments get questioned because you start to scratch your head and say, we view this guy in such high regard that even if he don't win all these individual accolades, you still think he's better than half of these guys. Larry Bird is a back-to-back NBA champion. Okay? So if that's the case, and Kobe don't even get that, how is Kobe Bryant better than Larry Bird, right? Because on paper, Larry Bird is supposedly better than Kobe Bryant. But if you look at it from a playing basketball standpoint, Kobe Bryant's a better scorer than Larry Bird. Got a better skill set than Larry Bird. Definitely a better defender than Larry Bird. Playmaking, Kobe's a good playmaker, but Larry Bird's a better playmaker. We give him that. But most of you believe Kobe's better than Bird and Magic. Magic is a guy that, once like Kobe Bryant, was a sidekick. Magic Johnson shared the spotlight with Kareem. So he was a team leader, a number one, and a sidekick. Kobe Bryant was a sidekick and a number one. Some of the greatest basketball players of all time were sidekicks sometimes and number ones. All right? Now, you got some exceptions to the rules. Guys like Hakeem, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, they've never been considered the sidekick of their basketball teams. They've never been considered number two. Now, you can make a case that LeBron should have been a number two in his last championship he won because they mainly won because of AD. They mainly got to the finals because of AD, who was playing like a top 5 player in the game. So, you got to look at it from that standpoint. So, if that's the case, if Kobe is better than half of these guys, how come he not in the top 5? You have no problem putting Magic Johnson in the top 5. You have no problem putting Larry Bird in the top 5 back in the day. Why is it Kobe Bryant in the top 5 then? Or at least should be in the top 10. Right? But then you got people trying to disrespect Kobe Bryant so much that they taking him out of the top 10 and saying a guy like Steph Curry should be there. Steph Curry? Nobody walking around saying Steph Curry better than Kobe Bryant, but yet Steph Curry shot over 50% from the field sometimes. He was an undisputed, unanimous MVP. And he got more MVPs than Kobe. But yet, we all say Kobe Bryant's better than Steph. I even say Kobe Bryant's better than Steph. But the stats don't show it. So it's not always about stats. What does it come down to? It comes down to sometimes, in Kobe Bryant's case, the eye test and the fact that this man is a winner. Okay? We talk about the three-peat with Shaq, but there ain't no three-peat without Kobe Bryant. Shaq needed Kobe more than Kobe needed Shaq. And you gave Shaq an MVP. You could have easily gave Kobe Bryant one too. How you going to have a three-peat, a team that three-peats, and a guy wins an MVP only 1 year? They should have that whole 3 years, that dynasty on lock. And you could have destroyed that sidekick narrative if you gave Kobe Bryant an MVP for one of those years, especially 2002. Because Kobe Bryant was on fire in 2002, and he became the best player in the world in 2003. 2002, he was the second best player in the world. So during that three-peat, you failed to realize they won't even win one championship if Kobe didn't step in there against the Indiana Pacers and did what he did. This is not one of those situations where he riding shotgun like how Pippen was to Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant was closing games out, and he was guarding the best players on the opposite team and scoring on the best players on the opposite team. So Kobe had all the heavy lifting to do. So he deserves just as much as credit for those championships as Shaq. They're basically 1A, 1B. It's a very unique situation where you have 1 and 2 on the same team. They both deserve equal credit. So again, I answer you, because when I go in the streets, all I hear is Kobe this, Kobe that, and how great Kobe is. But yet, it's the media, it's some people that want to push this man out the top 10, out the top 5. Let that make sense to you. Sports out. Peace.
Wearing raccoons, you just got it. I wore the shit Fashion Week last June. Balenciaga, being back to back. Shop